I honestly think this is one of the most important topics today, which not enough people talk about because of your short attention spans on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, on Instagram Reels, on whatever, short form content, whatever. I'll just get straight to the point. This initial resistance is what is working against you. When you sit down to do your work, it's the voice telling you, don't do it yet, just wait, just don't do it yet. I really would rather do something else right now. It's the voice telling you not to go to the gym, you're too tired to go to the gym. It's the voice telling you you're too tired to go on a run. It can show up in anywhere in your life when you want to do something meaningful. And it's when you know you have to do it. It's when you know it'll be better for you to do it, but you don't do it because of this resistance. You procrastinate, and then you end up just destroying your mental health over this. And I'm telling you now, there's a mindset shift you can have, and there's certain habits you can just implement which can just really help you with this and can really change your habits, change your everyday life, and change your overall life. And so today, that's what I'll be talking about. A really good analogy, which I read somewhere before, I can't remember where, to be honest, but I always thought a really good analogy was the cold water analogy, where most people have probably been in like cold water before, whether cold showers, whatever, same thing. When you get in the cold water initially, it feels cold, obviously. You want to get out, you don't feel great, it feels almost painful, but you start swimming around, your body starts getting used to it and you adapt, and suddenly everything feels all right. You might even feel better. That's the thing. And that's the same thing with these new habits, with these new, even hobbies you just want to implement in your life, where you feel this initial resistance. Like before you go in the cold pool, you feel this resistance. You might start like feeling the temperature of the water, just I don't know, just not doing anything but going in. You just feel this resistance to not do it. And this is exactly the same in that project you know you need to do, but you don't. And that run you know you need to go on, but you don't. And the gym session you really need to go to, but you don't. It's exactly the same thing. And just realizing that this resistance is temporary and it's just initial, is such a big mindset shift. Because I know it's easier said than done, but just realizing that this suffering, I know everyone obviously knows David Goggins or whatever. I think he says something really useful in his book where it's about, obviously his whole thing is about suffering and whatever. He says something really useful in his book about how this suffering is temporary. Like when he did his whole like 100-mile run, he said the whole thing about the suffering he feels now, he knows is temporary and he can push through it. And that's the same thing with the first 5 minutes you sit down to do your work. It's going to be boring. It's going to be so boring. But once you push through it, you start getting into this little flow state, and then you keep going. And it's the same with, let's say you're out on a run, the first few minutes might feel so painful. So like, you're going to be wondering why you're even out here, whatever. But what you start getting into it, you start getting to that like flow state. So just having this shift in mindset, just realizing that once you pass this initial barrier, you can frame it how you want. It can be like, I don't know, you can frame it as a wall, you can frame it whatever. This barrier in front of you, once you get past this barrier, you're fine. You're in this flow state. And just recognize this firstly. The biggest habit that can help is just do this early. Just do whatever you want to do. Whatever the biggest block in your life is, whether the hardest thing you're finding in your life to do, whether it be your work, whether it be a run, whether it be going to the gym, do it the first thing in the morning. Because I feel like this might be just me personally, but I feel like it's with a lot of people. When you wake up late, you just kind of bin that day off. You kind of just, it's kind of just a waste day. You're not really going to be that productive. If you wake up early in the morning, do the hardest thing first. You're going to feel the least resistance in the morning when you're up against it. And just get the thing done no matter what. Don't rely on external motivation. Just get the thing done and start getting into a habit of waking up early and doing this. It's just so much easier. So, and another really important way to make this useful is it's from Atomic Habits. It's about Atomic Habits, the book. I think it's really popular. Read it if you haven't, but it's about making the habit attractive to you. So for example, if your habit is going on a run, for example, leave your shoes by the door. If the habit is reading, for example, instead of leaving your phone everywhere, like leaving your phone when you wake up, leave a book when you wake up or whatever. Or just start putting, just if your habit, if you're trying to destroy bad habits such as going on your phone a lot, one of the biggest life hacks ever is just if you can, leave your phone outside the room and just set an alarm on something else, whether it be a watch, whether it be an actual old-fashioned alarm clock, whatever. Just set the alarm on something else. Leave your phone outside the room, because just going on your phone before bed as well can just really distract you. Going on your phone when you wake up as well just wastes so much time, and it's just so bad for your mental health, just waking up and just looking at your phone, looking at Instagram, whatever. You want to get rid of that. Instead, you can read. Instead, you can just put your phone outside the room if you can. Honestly, it's so life-changing when you start doing it. So yeah. And this tip might sound kind of counterintuitive, but Stephen Pressfield talks about this in his book, which is about resistance and everything. And he talks about how you want to treat this habit, this hobby, which you're trying to get into, as a job, basically. And I know this might sound kind of weird now, but just stay with me here. But if you treat it like a job, treat it like, because when you think about it, if you do have a job, if you do have a commitment such as school, a job, whatever, you wake up every day and you get there most of the time. Like, you don't really make any exceptions. You're always kind of locked in. You're always kind of there. So turn this hobby into a job. Start, and the ways to do this, specific ways to do this, is start like putting it in your calendar when you're going to do this hobby, and start like giving yourself deadlines. Give yourself deadlines. Give yourself, I know it sounds really weird, give yourself, have meetings with yourself about this. Like, examine what's going wrong, what's going right, whatever. And it'll just really get you in the actual habit of doing this hobby, doing this habit, basically. So start acting like this is a job and don't miss a day out, basically. I think Pressfield has some really good quote about resistance hates us when we go pro. Resistance hates us when we go pro. And just remember that. This is the biggest thing you can do against resistance. Go pro, pretend this is your job, be professional about it. And yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something today. And I know I've been away for the last few months, but I really want to make more consistent videos and everything. So yeah, I'll be uploading more. So thank you for watching. Hope you learned something, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.